Well, welcome back to Balfour Farm. This morning I am going to be working in the Milkhouse. I have a bunch of maintenance projects and a couple construction projects I want to try and get done in here. So the first project of the day is to get the bulk tank out of here. This is our old bulk tank. Our new one is right here, which is much bigger. I've had this for sale for a while. I've been hoping somebody would buy it, and then I could just move it straight out of the Milkhouse, straight onto somebody's truck, but that hasn't happened. Everybody wants it, nobody wants to pay for it. So in order to get the bulk tank out of here, I need to first remove the door. The door isn't wide enough to actually get the tank out, but once I remove all the framing around the entire door, then I can get the bulk tank out. So this door actually needed to be replaced anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I have a brand new door, a fiberglass door. This one here was a steel door, I believe. The bottom of it has completely rotted out from all the high moisture being wet all the time. So we're gonna get this thing taken out of here, and then the plan is to take the milk tank out the end of the barn. Okay, so the original plan, I was going to try and take the door out and save it just to reuse on a chicken coop or a shed, whatever. It's not very good for the barn or a heated space, but it'd be okay for that. The frame, however, is rotted. Yeah, it's not good. So I've taken the door blank off. I'll probably make a new frame for that at some point and just put it on, like I said, a chicken coop or something. But I'm just going to cut the frame out of here to get it out. Remodeling.
Yeah. Take that tank out.
Yeah, figured it's gonna be the only warm day.
This is true.
Yeah, so if I'm gonna tear a door, put a big hole in the side of the building. Better to do it before it's 0 or down in the single digits.
Did somebody buy it or are you just moving it out?
No, nobody. Everybody wants it. Nobody wants to pay for it. So no, it's gonna go out to the storage shed. I'm gonna put it on a pallet, put it out there.
So when I buy it, or you just have to
No, putting it in storage. I just want to get it out of here before it gets too cold and I can't have the door taken out. All right, well, first time this has been moved in 10 years, I think. Might be 12. When did we put this in? No, I think it was 2015 is when we put this tank in here, when we built this building, but gonna get it moved out. Hopefully the hole is big enough. I did measure it, but it's awfully close. It literally is a 1/4 of an inch from fitting, so I'm gonna need to cut out this 2x4 or 2x6 rather. And, give us a little more room. The tape measure lied. All right, take 2. Hopefully it fits this time. I took that 2x6 out, so I should have at least an inch to spare, hopefully. We're about to find out. It's out. All right, well, the door is finally in. Took a while. I got distracted a few times, but it's in. Got it all insulated, spray foamed in. I just need to trim it out and so it's not going to win any beauty contests, but it's functional. We call it barn perfect. So it'll operates. Keep the cows on their side of the door. Not sure what they're gonna think of this bright white door tomorrow morning, but I guess we'll find out. So I've got a long list of projects that I want to get done in here. Most of them are maintenance. There's a few construction projects. One of the jobs is I have all new rubber parts, the inflations and hoses for our milking equipment. We typically change them once a year as a routine maintenance item. I'll have that to do tomorrow. I'll have to do that after Lauren gets done milking in the morning though. And I have come up with an actual list of things to do. Some of them are, I need to add some more lights over our new bulk tank. By code, I think you're supposed to have a couple spotlights shining on the actual milk tank. So we need to wire in that. We need to wire some more lights, do some outlets, move this outlet that was actually the feed for the old bulk tank and reconfigure that. And then we have some more trim on the doors and windows in the Milkhouse edition. Well, that's going to do it for me for tonight. I'll pick this back up in the morning. I do plan on hopefully getting an earlier start in the morning. It was just a bunch of things, distractions today, so didn't get quite as much done as I'd really hoped to. But the door is in and the tank is out, so tomorrow, more projects. All right, well, we're back at it this morning. It's a little dark in here. I've actually started doing the lights already. I've been working on it for a little bit. The plan is I need to add, like I said earlier, I need to add more lights and put some switches in. Right now, we just kind of turn the breaker on and off to get the lights on, which is far from ideal. So we're gonna do it upright, get some switches in by the doors. So there'll be a switch by the door that goes out to the barn. There'll be another switch when you come in from outside. We'll have lights everywhere, which will be a nice change, but it's a little loud in here at the moment. Lauren just finished milking and the bulk tank is still cooling, so we're gonna get to it, try and get some wires up here and get a few more lights on, make it a little bit brighter in here. All right, moment of truth. We're gonna turn the breaker on, see if our wiring worked. Oh, we have light. All right, so we've got two spotlights now, one over the sink and one directly on top of the tank, shining right on it. We've had the one on top of the sink there, which has been there for a while. So yeah, we're good. So I didn't video actually any of the wiring. I am not an electrician. I don't think I really need to show people how I do it. Managed to get it done, but I am by no means an electrician. But they do work, so. All right, next project is I have an air curtain, which I need to mount up over the door. We really don't need it this time of year. It's just to keep the flies out. So it's one of those, when you open the door, it kind of blows down with a massive force of air. We have them in our processing area so that when anybody opens the door, if there's any bugs or dust or whatever outside, it blows it away. So it's an air curtain. So the idea is that nothing gets in. It doesn't work perfectly, but works pretty well. Gonna put one here over this door so that when we're coming and going from the barn, that hopefully the flies, more of them stay out than come in. But don't need it obviously this time of year, but I have it here. I want to get it out of my way, so I might as well mount it up there. We won't use it this winter, but it'll be there in the spring when we need it. I just remembered the holes that they drill in these, they don't actually line up with the ribs of the metal, so I'm gonna have to drill some, make my own holes. All right, well, it has been several days since I started this video, and unfortunately I haven't videoed a lot of it. Every time I start a project, I get working on it and I think, oh, I'll just start a little bit of work, get doing a little bit of it, then I'll stop and video some. And what happens every single time is I start it and then I just keep going, and I'm like, oh, I'm almost there, and before you know it, I'm done, and I haven't turned the camera on. But anyway, I'll show you what I have been up to, and I've got a few more projects done, checked off the list here in the Milkhouse. Unfortunately, not all of them. There goes my phone. Distractions. So one of the projects that I spent quite a bit of time on, it took more time than I thought, but I insulated all the water lines that are up around the ceiling here. And it's the hot and cold lines. So we really wanted to get those insulated. The cold lines would condensate and drip on you in the summertime. It was really irritating. And then the hot line feeds our milking equipment and the wash cycle. And we wanted to make sure the water was actually getting there really hot. So with the extra insulation, hopefully it keeps the water temperature even hotter when it actually hits the sink, and it has less opportunity to cool off. So the Milkhouse is getting there. We've got most of this side is just about completely the way we want it. This here, all of this is our heating system. It's very old. It's the heating system that powers or heats the water for the cheese vat. All of this is going away with the exception of the electrical panel. So haven't done anything here. We have a contractor lined up and scheduled just after the first of the year to come in and put a new heating system. So they're gonna tear everything out here. So once that's done, we'll put the white metal up. There'll be a closet enclosure. Yeah, there's a lot more work to do there, but for now, the rest of it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way it's come out. All right, so the next project here is I have all these eggs I need to take care of. I'm going to go through, we check them over. They've been washed, but we're gonna crate them up, label them, get them into the walk-in cooler. So I'm gonna put you on time lapse. I like to put my headphones on and listen to a podcast while I'm doing it. It's incredibly boring work, so anything to take your mind off, just putting eggs in one after another is helpful. So anyway, we're gonna get to it here. Well, it's the end of the day now. I just got the calves fed and brought the cows into the barn. It is incredibly cold outside, so yeah, they're tucked in for the night and very happy. And because it was going to be so cold, I went and collected eggs again to make sure they don't sit out in the coop overnight. And I'll show you. So there is 3 more baskets of eggs. So I know somebody's going to ask, seeing all those eggs, how many eggs we get a day. We typically get, right now they're laying really well considering it's cold out, but we're getting about 20 dozen eggs a day, which is from 300 chickens is pretty good. So 140 dozen roughly a week out of 300 hens. So that's really good for this time of year. As you can see behind me here, these are the calf coats. They got wash today, run through the laundry. The calves made a terrible mess of them, so I had to swap them out. And they're hanging up to dry overnight. So anyway, I didn't get quite as much done here in the Milkhouse as I had hoped for, but we're much further along than we were at the beginning of the week. So that is going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of what we're doing here on the farm, and we will see you next time.